Hello, welcome back to my channel. Yes. So, my apologies for going live a bit late. I had to take my dog to the vet. She hurt herself, the doggy. So, big up to the dog, isn't it? Unfortunate for her. Again, my apologies for the slight delay. Anyhow, that aside, let's just get into the stream. Let's not waffle on too much longer, because Man City is moving. Man City is proper moving right now in the background. So I will talk about it. But first of all, show me some love, says Dacilt. Get me to 1K. Get me to 1K. We're very close to 1,000 subscribers, so get me there. But yes, subscribe. Hello, big up to him. My reason for being late, my apologies. And I did see the news about Diogo Jota and his brother, Andre Silva. I don't want to talk about it, because I think it would be very inappropriate for me to talk about this stuff, because on YouTube, it's a place where you can earn money. I mean, just simply put, you can earn money on YouTube. I don't want to talk about this stuff. I think it's a bit nefarious for me to talk about it. Big up, by the way, to Rosa. So I won't discuss it on air. How are you, by the way, Rosa? I won't discuss it live. I think it's rude and it's, what do you call it? It's disrespectful to talk about it, I believe, on live streams or on YouTube in general. It's like, it's ingenuine. It's like you're trying to milk it for money, right? So I'm not going to talk about it. Good. What about you? I'm doing fine as well. Thank you for asking. Yes, we are moving. Because let me share my screen here. Let me share my screen. There you go. And not this one yet. I want to show this one first. So, we're in talks with a lot of players right now for the contracts. Let's talk about that first, maybe. So, Rico Lewis first. We're offering him a new contract. Now, I understand maybe people are like, I don't want Rico Lewis to have a new contract. But think about it. If you want to sell Rico Lewis, it's best to get him on a good contract. Because when players are on good contracts, it's easier to sell them for a good price. If Rico Lewis, and I don't know how long he has left on his contract, let's find out. Rico, let's do Man City wages. We'll check the entire team while we're at it. But let's say Rico Lewis has 1 year left. I'm not sure if that's true, but let's say he's got 1 year left on his contract. If that contract, if we're trying to sell him, people are going to look, how much longer does he have left? Okay, he's got 2 years left. So if we're looking to sell him, clubs will be happy to wait 2 years to take Rico Lewis on a free. So it's best to get these players an extension so you can sell him for a bigger sum so that clubs can't try to take the players for free. So I think it's a good thing to get an extra deal, even if you're planning to sell them. But that's my thing. He needs to go. I think he needs to go for the sake of his own career, for the sake of not just for the sake of his own career, yeah, but for the sake of Man City as well. He just has to go, in my opinion, to be honest. So Rico Lewis, I think that's okay to get him on an extension. You get him signed on an extension, he'll just be sold on, I imagine. I can't see him staying. I don't know where he would play if he stayed, to be honest. I mean, let's go back to it. I don't know where he would play if Rico Lewis stays. I guess he would just be. I guess we're just extending so he can be sold. I don't see him playing ahead of O'Reilly. I don't see him playing ahead of Nico Gonzalez, at least not under the next manager, because Pep will leave soon. I can't see him playing ahead of Rodri in a million years. I can't see him playing ahead of Foden or Cherki, so I don't see where he plays. So just sell him. That is my opinion. Just sell him. And that's just fine. Anyhow, maybe more interesting, Ruben Diaz. In fact, way more interesting, Ruben Diaz. He's going to sign an extension as well. Ruben Diaz, yeah. He's not our best defender anymore. Was he ever our best defender? I mean, you can argue about that. I would argue that he was for about 2 years. And in the treble, he was also good, but he wasn't our best defender. It was John Stones. I mean, was John Stones a defender? I guess you can debate that. But again, not our best defender anymore. How old is Ruben Diaz now? Let me check that. Ruben Diaz is 28 years old. So, yeah, he's 28 years old. So, he's not young anymore. He's not old yet, but he's already regressed a bit. Now, you can say, yeah, but he's played a lot of minutes. He's been exposed by a board midfield. And I would say you're right. But aerially, he's not dominant enough. Together with Gvardiol, they're not providing much aerial depth. And I said this before the Al Hilal game. This centre-back pairing is not as strong as it may seem, because the centre-backs are too similar. You want 2 very different centre-backs next to each other. Because when you have 2 of the same centre-backs, it's too easy to deal with sometimes. You need 2 centre-backs who can cover each other's weaknesses, in my opinion. So, I'm not saying he should leave, by the way. I think he should stay, but I think we need to bring in another defender. Not buy one, but bring in one of the defenders we have right now, Gusnov, Victor Hayes, who are stronger in the air, to form that partnership together with Gvardiol, and then have Ruben Diaz form a partnership with someone else. Bigger, by the way, to Low-Fat Morfat. Low-Fat Morfat. Big up to the name as well. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Official. Anthony Milambo to Brentford. Apologies on the pronunciation. We'll check that out later. I've got Fabrizio's tab open. But yeah, thank you for subscribing. And with Ruben Diaz staying, I mean, this is the boring news. It's good that we're getting these contracts done, though, because you look at, let's say Mbappe. Contract wasn't done. Fucked off to Real Madrid. Trent. Contract wasn't well managed. Fucked off to Real Madrid. So you need to get these contracts down, so that's good. But I'm not sure how highly I value Ruben Diaz anymore. Here we go. This is the main subject I wanted to talk about. This news here. So, if you've been paying attention in the last few weeks, we have signed a lot of under 17 players. We signed the midfielder from, was it Aston Villa? We signed a Liverpool midfielder, academy player. We have signed a lot of academy players already. We're now looking to sign this kid, Jeremiah Adesina, I believe it's pronounced, from Chelsea. And the reason why it's important to do that here is because if you go back to Alex Ferguson, where did his dominance start? It's in buying all the best academy players in English football. Ryan Giggs, he came from Man City's academy. Paul Scholes, I believe, was Leeds United's academy. It was some obscure academy. Well, not obscure, but it was like some lesser academy. You go by, pluck all the best academy talents, you put them into a single crop of players, you grow them up together. By the time they play first team football as a single crop of players, they're going to be incredible. I mean, look at what happened with Busquets, Iniesta, Xavi, Messi. Like, all these players were together in the academy, and they grew up with each other, and they came through the academy with each other. Busquets came a bit later, but they came through the academy with each other, and they had such great partnership in the first team. So having all these players just plucked from the best places and coming through at the same time, that's how you build a long-term future. But also, Do you like the name? It was my army nickname. Stuck with me. Oh, big up. Thank you for the service, by the way. Thank you for your service. I think we need at least 2 basic defenders for this high line. I agree. We don't need 2 basic defenders or center backs, but we need 2 basic defenders. So it doesn't have to be both center backs, but if we can goal sign a full back, it needs to be a basic one. I'll take Gusenov and Gonzalez. What's happening to them? Gusenov, I saw some news that he could potentially leave to go on loan. I strongly doubt that. I've not seen strong news of it yet. The thing is, these rumors, they start at like the minimal stage, and sometimes nothing comes from it, and sometimes it just catapults. So I think Gusenov will stay. I'm not too worried about him. He's a top quality defender, in my opinion. He can play a variety of positions. The only worry is he's a bit of a rash player sometimes. He's a bit old school. And Pep might not like that too much. His passing, also not too great. But to that, I would say we've got a lot of other players who can pass really well. So does he need the best of passing? I would not say so. So Gusenov, I think he'll stay. I think he'll play a bit more, but not too much more. Lewis, Rico Lewis is bang average, I agree. Cole Palmer and Oscar Bob are far better than him. They also play in different positions, but yes, they are better than him. They are much better than him. Rico Lewis is not a bad player. I mean, Luke talked about it a few times, didn't he, when he came on. If you bring Rico Lewis to a club like Crystal Palace, he'll be decent. He'll be very decent at a club like that. But for Man City, he's not starting quality. He can be decent at another mid-table club. Really, if he goes and leaves, he can give his career so much more. He can give his career life. He needs to go and play football. He can't keep sitting on the bench here. He needs to go somewhere where he's good enough, can play regular football, can develop, and become better. Gusenov is... I've seen news that he's going on loan, but I don't know if it's true. I mean, we can look it up. Let's go to Fabrizio's profile. I don't know how true the rumors are that he may go on a loan. I'll look it up at City Extra too. Latest. Will still leaves loans with positive results, but yeah, this is already May. This is already May. There's absolutely no news from Gusenov right now. And if we go to City Extra, let's do that quickly. City Extra. Very cool. I don't think there's any news of Gusenov here either. So I think that might be false news about him going on a loan. Yeah, starting 11, yellow card. There's no news from any good source that Gusenov will go on a loan. Not that I could find, at least. So I doubt it. And here we see yet another kid who's not going on loan, but I mean, this is interesting. Player agreed to all conditions. Man City see Dante, back up to Dante, by the way, banger name, as an elite talent for the future. Elite talent for the future. So does that mean he's going to play at Man City in 10 years from now? Because you know how clubs move. Or this is an elite talent for the future, and then he got sold off. So does that mean he's going to play for us? Or does that mean we're going to sell him off? Because technically you could say for the future sales, that's still an elite talent. We can't loan Gusenov, absolutely. I'm afraid that Pep Guardiola does not rate Nico Gonzalez, which I think is very weird. I think Gonzalez has played well pretty much every game he's played, and still Pep does not seem to rate him. I don't know why. It's weird. New goalkeeper kit of Club Brugge is out. Okay. I just don't see the point of getting new players when Guardiola won't even play them. I mean, that's why it's important to get the old players out. Let me share my thing again. Let me quickly share this thing again. Oh, there we go. We've hit 150 on Twitter as well. I post nothing on Twitter. I just have it. Yeah. Look at this squad size. Look at this squad size. We've got... Wait, does this include every player? Ait, Nuri, Leenders. Okay, this includes all our new signings. We've got 33 players in here. 33 players. So Pep Guardiola wants a squad size of 24. That means 9 of them have to go. You say Gundogan. Let's say Gundogan. Walker is going to go. Absolutely, Walker is going to go. Phillips is going to go. I reckon Stones leaves. So Nippon is going. So you're already 5 players down. Grealish and McAtee are leaving. You're 7 players down. So after being 7 players down, still 2 players need to leave. And those last 2 players are the difficult ones, in my opinion. Does Ake leave? Does Lewis leave? I don't know if Lewis will leave. I think he should, but I don't know if he will. But yeah, it's more important. Like, listen, if you look at this starting 11, this is a great 11. Goalkeeper could be better. Right back could be better. But other than that, we've got a very good 11 here. All you need to do now is go and get rid of the players who can no longer handle themselves, who Pep Guardiola defaults to, and then we should hopefully pop off. We need some squad-wise. We don't. We have a 33-man squad. Maximum allowed in the Premier League is 25. Man City is gunning for 24 because we like a bit of a smaller squad. I agree. If that happens, I would be very surprised. I would want to see him go on a loan. I just don't see it happening. But that would be great if it did happen. Yeah, Belgian women play after this. The Belgian women's team against Italy. Rico Lewis is a midfielder. We judge him as a right back. He's not a good midfielder either, though. Like, he's not a bad midfielder, but he's not a great midfielder. He's not good to physicality. In the Premier League, you need pace and power. It's that simple. Pace and power in the Premier League. He doesn't have that. He would be more suited to playing in La Liga or in a mid-table team in the Premier League, not the top level of Premier League. Sad news about Diogo Costa and Andre Silva. As I said earlier, I won't discuss it on stream because I don't think it's appropriate for me to do so. But big up to, well, maybe big up is the wrong word, but rest in peace to both of those, and condolences to the families as well. B team starting Alf at first. A B team starting Alf and Gusenov. That's going to be a nightmare. Me in defense. That's going to be a nightmare. Walker Phillips, Grealish will be first out of the door. Absolutely. Gundogan got a good chance of going to Galatasaray. Yeah, I agree. There was a lot of news of Gundogan potentially going to Galatasaray. Foden is a lot more physical than people give him credit for. Because Foden is a small build, but he's a muscular build. Let me show you. Because Phil Foden last season, if you look at Phil Foden here, well, that's not a good image, but if you look at Phil Foden here, he was a lot more, what's the word? He was a lot less heavy. He had a lot less weight to him. Whereas if you look at him in 23-24, he doesn't take his shirt off very often, so it's difficult to see. But you can tell there's a lot more muscle on Foden in 23-24 than in 24-25. He lost some weight. Like, look at this. He's also wearing long sleeves. You know why he's wearing long sleeves? Because he didn't wear long sleeves before. Why is he wearing long sleeves? Here you can see muscular arm. Here you can see not much muscle on that. So that's why he's wearing those sleeves. He's got a muscular build, or had a muscular build. But he's had a bit of problems health-wise, so he's lost a lot of weight. but Foden has physicality to him. And I look at him in the Club World Cup, by the way. I look at him in the Club World Cup, and he looks to have gained some weight again. Yeah, look at this. He's no longer wearing the long sleeves. He's no longer hiding his arms. Look at how much more muscular his legs are as well. He's got muscle to him. So yeah, he's not that tall, but he's physical. And there's a reason why he was hiding his arms. Yeah, I did see that. Like, again, I won't comment on it. Thank you for everyone who is coming in and telling me. My condolences are with the family, but again, it's not appropriate for me to discuss this, I believe. Especially not on a platform like YouTube. Because you know what YouTube is used for. It's for clicks and views, mainly. And I don't do it for clicks and views, but it does come over that way, I believe. If I start talking about these players like that. So I'm going to refrain from talking about it. Anyhow. Livramento. My favorite choice for right back. Now, this is City Zone, so not the greatest source, to be fair. But this is a sentiment I agree with. I think if we won the Club World Cup, we would have gone and gotten Livramento. I think us not winning the Club World Cup means there's no chance of signing Livramento. I've said this a lot. I said it before the Club World Cup as well. I thought, win Club World Cup, we get Livramento. Don't win it, we don't get Livramento. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I think he's a really good player. Some people disrespect him, but listen, we're going to go for, if we go for the right back, should I say, we are going to go for a player who's homegrown. We can't take yet another foreign player. We simply can't. So, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? But it's... Ola Aina is decent, but he's older. Like, if we look at Ola Aina, he's 28. He's 28 already. Henselwood's short, but he's very young. He's 20. So there's right backs out there who can play very good football, but are the right backs out there of Livramento's quality? At his age category? I don't think so. And there's very few right backs out there who are as suited to Man City as Livramento is. So I'm very upset actually about that, about Livramento being off the table now. But there are other right backs to look at, and I think if we go sign a goalkeeper, that may be a bigger priority. But what we have to do though, because if you look at how we played against Al Hilal, both our right backs pushed up very highly. I think too highly. I think our right backs, or our right back, should I say, needs to stay back a bit more. Aitnouri is going to push up. Aitnouri is going to do that because he's very good going up. He's very good passing-wise, crossing-wise, attacking-wise. So let Aitnouri push up. But you can't push up two full backs in that way. You've got no back line left when you do that. So we need to get a right back who's a bit more defensive than Matheus Nunes. When we have Matheus Nunes playing, he pushes up very high. And that leaves us exposed on the counter, as you saw against Al Hilal. Solution, according to many people, is play Gusnov right back or play Akanji right back. Both of which, I understand the sentiment, and I think it works, but it never works as well as a real right back. You get a real defensive first right back, he will do that job at a higher function. And I want Gusnov to rotate with Ruben Diaz for the centre back role. And also to rotate with Gvardiol, because Gvardiol got played a lot last season. He's very tired. Gvardiol needs to rest a bit more this season. And I'm not saying he needs to get benched every game, but he doesn't need to play the last 30 minutes against, I don't know, Wolves. The first game of the season, Wolves. Let's say we are winning 3-0, 4-0. Does Gvardiol need to play that? He doesn't. So we need these centre backs on our bench to be available to play as centre back, to come off the bench and rest Guardiol, to start in place of Guardiol once in a while, to start in place of Diaz once in a while. Because last season, we had a centre-back crisis. I mean, we didn't, but it looked that way. Because we actually had a full-back crisis. We didn't have a centre-back crisis, we had a full-back crisis. But it looks like we had a centre-back crisis. Why? Because all our centre-backs are playing as full-backs. Akanji is playing as a right-back. Guardiol is playing as a left-back. So both of these players are available, but it looks like you have a centre-back crisis. You don't. You have a full-back crisis. So again, that's why you need to get a right-back, to get your centre-backs playing as centre-backs. That way you don't get that same problem. Let's say you're Viane. How many are you kicking? Let's say players don't have a say, and everybody agrees if you say out. Okay, if it's that easy, and every player agrees with moving whenever they need to, I would have Carl Walker leave, obviously. Carl Walker is the first. Akanji and John Stones. Nipan, not permanently, but out on loan. I would sell Kovacic, I think. I'd sell Gundogan. I'd sell McAtee and Grealish. So that's 8 players there. Phillips as well. That's 9 players there. So we're down to let's think. We're down to our 24-man squad. So I think that's fine. I think that's fine. The only problem is midfield is a bit skint then. So maybe you keep Kovacic. You keep Kovacic one more year just to play as that backup role. Pep Guardiola will not play Kovacic ahead of, well, everyone else. I would keep Bernardo Silva because I think he can still do a role. Not playing week in, week out, but still as a captain. Like, think about Wayne Rooney. The year that Wayne Rooney was captain, he did not play that much football. But he was there on the bench as captain, helping the team, giving the mentality, giving the talks and stuff. So we can have that type of situation, I believe. Gusnov has not been given a proper chance, in my opinion. I mean, he's played a few games, but he needs to play more, I agree. We had a lot of defenders injured. Ake, Akanji, Diaz, Stones, only stayed fit was Guardiol. Well, not all of them were always injured at the same time, though. But Guardiol was available to play centre-back and didn't, because he had to play left-back. So that's a problem. When you have defenders available, but you're playing your centre-backs as left-back because you don't have a left-back, now you are creating your own problems. Again, if you had a left-back and a right-back that season, last season, we would have had a centre-back there as well. Well, on paper that works, but in practice it doesn't, because when I used to go play football, I never used to play football. I say never because I see this comment in here. So when I used to play football, there was someone who was captain. Why? Because if I go say something to a winger, because I played as striker, if I go say to the winger, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, well, then he's going to get angry at me. But if your captain says that, you're going to listen, because it's your captain's job to do that. It's a mental aspect. It's important. And, I mean, you have to register a captain as well, because trophy lifts, if you win a trophy, the captain has to do it. Also, LB, why do you think Livramento was never on? Man City had discreet interest. Livramento was on. If we won the Club World Cup, I said this a while ago, if we won the Club World Cup, I am 100% certain we would have signed Livramento. I don't know why you get so angry about this. Like, it's like, bro, if we won the Club World Cup, there's a big chance that we would have signed Livramento. Imagine all that money. What are you going to spend it on? It's not going to be stadium. That's already paid for. And again, I mean, I don't want to reiterate this because it's probably dead now, but he is Pep's number one choice for the right back. So no matter how you spin it, when you're Pep's number one choice, Pep is going to pursue you. Take De Bruyne. De Bruyne, he was pretty much at Bayern München already. Pep Guardiola said, "Hey, Kevin, you want to come to Man City?" And he came to Man City. Because Pep Guardiola was manager at Bayern München at the time. He was going to go to Man City. He he got Kevin to join Man City because he was going to join Man City the year after. All footballers in a team need to on the same level. That's not how football works. So, especially not when you're emotional. When you are emotional, you need a hierarchy. I mean, there's always been a hierarchy in everything. If you look at military history, there were centurions and the Roman legion to command the soldiers. There were generals to command the centurions. If you look at modern armies, you have privates, sergeants, lieutenants, captains, colonels. You need a structure. Military scientists don't study the best emotional way to create a rank structure within a unit just because it's fun to do so. It's important to have a rank structure in military, in football, and social life. It's important to have these structures because that's how humans are on an innate individual aspect. As a human being, it's very easy to say when we're not emotional, oh yeah, we did this wrong and we did that wrong. In the middle of a game, you are emotional. I mean, let's be honest, in a big game especially, you are going to be emotional. Now your striker comes up to you as a winger and says, "Why are you not passing the ball to me this way?" You're going to think, fuck off. If you have a captain whose job it is to reel the team in, whose job it is to keep everybody set up, then you'll be more likely to listen. It's a simple fact of human psychology. Because otherwise you create free-for-alls. So again, you need a captain. You simply do. That's how. I mean, why does every single football team have a captain? If it's worth to have teams captain themselves, why does every single football team appoint a captain? Again, because you need to. It's important to have an appointed captain, someone who can bring leadership, and someone who can tell players what to do without those players getting angry at him because they understand that's his job. And as captain, you do more than just commanding in the dressing room. You are the face of the club as captain. As captain, you are doing the interviews. You are taking player concerns to the manager. Because if you are a player, it's difficult sometimes to say to the manager, "I'm not happy with this or that." Like, take this for example. If you're working a job, a desk job, I've worked a few desk jobs over my life. Sometimes it's not that easy to go to your boss and say, "Hey, I'm not happy with what I'm doing." But that's why you have HR. You can go to HR and say, "Hey, I'm not enjoying what I'm doing right now. Can I have different work?" And then they can go communicate that with the boss for you. And that's easier. A captain is sort of a HR in between, man. That's important. Every man needs to be leaders of leadership quality. That's simply impossible. That is impossible. When everyone has a leadership quality to them, they want to all be leaders. And when everyone is a leader, they clash with each other. So that's simply impossible. You can have a captain, but if the team ain't on the same level, same page, you suffer. Exactly. But the captain is who keeps people on the same page. When everyone is trying to be the captain, nobody is on the same page. Everyone is in their own head. When there's someone who is the objective decider, the objective authority on the pitch, and he says this way, it's going to be that way, and you're going to listen because he's the boss. He's the captain. So that keeps you on the same page. If everyone is captain, nobody is on the same page. It doesn't work. Again, football does human psychology even. It's not just football, it's human psychology. It doesn't work that way. There's a reason why when you go do a job, for example, in a retail, I've worked a few retail jobs, a few desk jobs, mostly as a whole day job to retail. When you work in a retail, you have a team leader. You have the manager of the store, and you have a team leader as well. Why do you have that team leader? Because you talk to the team leader every day. It's a bit more personal. The team leader can't fire you, so that's a big one. So you can voice your concerns to the team leader, who's going to go and communicate it with your boss. People sometimes forget, I think, and I'm guilty of this myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm guilty of this myself. But sometimes you forget football is a job, and it can be scary to tell your boss what you really think. It's a lot easier to have a team leader there that you can tell the truth. There's a reason why supermarkets have designated team leaders. I mean, that every supermarket does this nowadays. It's proven psychologically. It helps employees communicate better because they're afraid of communicating with their boss. And this applies as much in football. You don't want to be kicked out of the team because you said something wrong to the manager, do you? Walker contract expiring this season. I believe so. I believe it expires 2026. Let me fact check that for you. Let me share my screen as well so you can see it. So you can see that I'm not waffling. There we go. Carl Walker. There we go. Carl Walker's contract 2025. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay. Free agent over here. He becomes a free agent in 2026. His contract lasts in 2025. So yeah, his contract expires 2026. What about Livramento? I didn't see the whole stream. Oh, Livramento, basically, my opinion on Livramento was if we win the Club World Cup, we'll sign him. If we don't win the Club World Cup, we won't sign him. Obviously, we didn't win it. And there's a bit of news about Livramento. Let's see if I can find it quickly. I've got it open on one tab here. That it's probably not happening. All the news from City Extra stopped about Livramento. There's no news about him anymore, basically. So it's pretty much a dead deal. It's pretty much a dead deal, which I think is unfortunate. I don't know if he'll sign a right back, to be honest. That concerns me a little bit. I'm not too worried. Like, listen, Matthijs Nunes can do a job for 1 season, but I would prefer to have a actual right back playing as right back. It does concern me going forward into the club that we still only have 1 full back after how many years now? 5 years. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy that we have a full back finally. I'm happy that we've got a proper left back. But I want a right back too. Anyhow. Yeah. Like and subscribe, by the way, if you haven't all. Oh, we hit 1K. We've hit 1K. There you go. Thank you, people. Thank you. Yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I just noticed that we've hit 1,000. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Thank you to everyone. There you go. I need to plan in my celebration stream now. Anyhow, we will be moving onto the Belgian watch-along that starts in... I'm doing a watch-along to the Belgian women's team against Italy. So we will be moving to that. So stick in here. It will redirect you automatically. Olaena, maybe. But I think we won't sign anyone. I hope I'm wrong. But I don't think we'll sign anyone. Yeah, this game is going to start soon, so we'll redirect there. What if Nunez gets injured? You play Kusnov right back. I would imagine. Husnov plays right back. Can Vitor Hayes play right back? I'm not sure. Akanji can play right back. Although Akanji, not always a safe bet, is he, Akanji? Anyhow, let's redirect this to the Belgian women's game that we'll be watching. Thank you to everyone for subscribing. Again, like if you haven't already. Stick in here because we'll do our watch long. I'll be live again in literally 5 seconds. And I'll see you guys there. Wait, where is it? Did I not create the watch long yet? Oh, here it is. There you go. YouTube likes to bug out sometimes, YouTube Studio. There you go. Redirect that up. Let's go over there. I'll see you in 5 seconds. I'll be live again in 5 seconds.